Hello, happy Tuesday. How you doing, everyone? It's Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 202. Yeah, episode 202. I'm already getting lost in this century. What's going on? I've lost the plot. But guys, in today's episode, I need to finish off my weekend league. If you do enjoy, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Like I said, we're shooting for the stars. 3,500 likes. Can you guys make that happen? I don't know. That's a tough ask. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Click the little notification bell. It basically means you'll never miss a video when one goes live. And leave your comments down below. Whatever you fancy. Leave something nice. Say something nice to somebody today in the comments section. That is your one task from Lasty. So, we pretty much just start things off. I mean, the start of this episode it's not going to go well. I don't know what was going on, but the games didn't feel bad. Like, the connection and stuff didn't feel bad, but I just couldn't make anything happen. So I was 7-0 at this point, and I was getting a bit tetchy about, like, when's my first loss going to come. So when I went 2-0 down against that guy, I just decided to rip the Band-Aid off and quit. So then we've got it over and done with. We're not going to go 14-0. We're not going to go 30-0. So let's just get over it. And then, well, for some reason, I just went into the next game. The guy had a pretty awful team, if I'm honest. Like, some of his players were way below par. But he was a sick player. I was 2-0 down, getting absolutely destroyed. So I decided to leave that one as well. And then we're going to make it 3 out of 3 by going into our next match right here. We come up against this. I mean, I'd say that my team outdoes this, all right? Yeah, he's got some good players in there. It's a nice Serie A team. But, like, I feel like I should be at least out-teaming him with the players and the caliber of players I've got in my squad. But yeah, it's like I went into this little session without fingers attached to my hands to actually touch the controller with, to actually make the button presses happen. Whatever it wasn't working. So that was 3 rage quits in a row from yours truly. So we go from 7-0 to 7-3. But by doing that, I don't stress myself out. I don't get completely worked up about it. I can just go on into the next one. Instead of just like rage quitting off and going on to Warzone, those quick rage quits help me just keep my head and realise actually it doesn't matter when you lose. You just got to know when to quit rather than staying in those matches and then getting absolutely demolished. That's what tends to like completely make me lose my head. So even though we just lost 3 games 2-0 in a row, like I genuinely was feeling fine about everything. Apart from maybe a little tweet saying 7-0 to 7-3, haha, hee hee. I think I tweeted. I don't know. It was a little poem, a little rhyme for you. But anyway, the next game we bounce back. A strong team, and we smack it 4-0 before he rage quits. So that at least gets things right back on track. You know, we were playing well, getting that 7-0, but it was never going to end flawless, was it? So let's move on. We're 8-3. Come up against this, another pretty solid looking team, but I think I can trounce it. I think I can make him rage quit. And we score a really nice goal with Neymar there. Like, genuinely, the Brazilian and his dribbling, I've not used a player like him. I haven't had the chance, the privilege to use like Cruyff and R9 and those types of players in this game, but my days, I just can't imagine anyone being as good as Neymar. Maybe that moment's Cruyff, just because the way his stats look this year, I bet he's unbelievable. But maybe Pele as well. Like a moment's Pele probably feels absolutely insane too. But even then, Neymar's got 5-star weak foot. Pele hasn't. So in my eyes, he outdoes him. So we get a rage quit, another victory there. We come up against this guy. For some reason, he had a silver Arsenal player in his squad. I'm not quite sure why. I came up against a couple of people. Like one guy that beat me in the very first game of this episode had some German striker that was Brazilian. German striker that was Brazilian. German striker that was bronze in his squad. And I was like, why are you doing that? Are people like giving themselves objectives to do where they use like terrible players or something? I'm not sure. However, this guy wasn't bad. He actually subbed his player off, but I ended up getting back to 2-2. So I went 1-0 up here. He then quickly scored a couple of goals against me. And luckily, I then quickly scored a couple of goals against him. So 5 goals in, just the casual 23 FIFA minutes in this game. So this one was always going to be a little bit crazy. And tensions were high for my opponent as I scored a 4th goal to make it 4-2 after 32 minutes. And he decided to quit at that point in time. So lots of goals in 31 FIFA minutes there. Just a casual 6. And that brings us up to 10-3. What are we going to come up against in our next opponent? Oh, yeah, I've got to just do the daily objective thing. I've got to claim my 1 player pack, haven't I? Make sure you guys are doing that every day so that after a week or so you can get yourself a little mega pack. You might as well, I guess. But from our 1 player pack, we don't get anything particularly exciting. It is just a 79 rated Candrava. Hey, who knows? If Inter are a part of the next marquee matchups, it's a dub. But if not, then it's just kind of pointless. But then take a look at this squad that I come up against here. That's a really nice team. And I was 1-0 down after 2 minutes. And in my head, I was like, if he scores again, I'm quitting. But we push down the other end 8 minutes later. Neymar ends up getting himself a goal. And that levels this game out. And that gives me confidence. It makes me feel like, maybe I can actually do this. And then as you can see here, I actually score again. I turn this game around 2-1 in the 17th minute. But he pretty much kick-offs me. He runs straight down the other end, gets in with Mbappe and scores. Terrible defending from myself. But, for some reason, neither of us can defend at the moment because I run down the other end and kick off him. And we go 3-2 up. So yet another crazy amount of goals in the first half of a FIFA match. But we are currently leading it. 3-2. Doesn't look good though, as around the 60th minute he plays a beautiful ball to the back post, and for some reason I don't get disconnected when the crosses go in against me. I think it's a PlayStation issue, not an Xbox One, because otherwise I would have been out at that point in time, right? Or is it headers? I don't know. Either way, I don't think there's an issue on Xbox. We go 4-3 up, and then take a look at this ball from Bernardo Silva. Oh, it's beautiful. Cut the defence, split them apart. And then with the goalkeeper in no man's land, I just chip him and make that game 5-3. Now, I messaged this guy afterwards just to say, GG, dude, that was one of the most fun games I've played of FIFA in ages. It was end-to-end, super high pressure. We had to be quick with our button presses and stuff. It genuinely was very fun. Whether I'd have said that coming out of the other end of it if I'd have lost 5-3 instead of 1, I don't know. But I said GG, dude, and he said, GG, nice team, brother. So there was like appreciation between both players, which you don't often see. And yeah, I also checked out his profile. He finished like 27-3 before. He gets elite every week. Just shows you that we can beat some of these good players sometimes. Especially like when the gameplay feels good, and it felt decent. All of these games here, it wasn't actually that bad. So this was Sunday night, and as you can see, even against this crazy Icon team, we're 2-0 up. 2-1, he's making his comeback, so let's not get too happy too quick. But hey, Atau can knock it into Neymar, and that's a beautiful ball up from the Algerian, and it's a beautiful strike from the Brazilian. These two just working so well together in the weekend league, like literally assisting each other constantly. They are obviously going to run away with the contributions this week. Zola and Bernardo Silva haven't been too super quiet. They've actually been very influential in the team, and Bobby Firmino obviously has been brilliant, but yeah, like those two up front are just working wonders. So no complaints there. I thought I was going to be down and out without Cristiano Ronaldo. It just so happens that it's actually working quite well. So then we come up against Moments Bergkamp and Moments Kluivert, and I'm not going to lie, that scared the living bejeebus out of me. So I went 1-0 up, but it didn't last that long. Kluivert and Bergkamp working together well there to put together the equaliser. 1-1 at half-time. This game was pretty tough. It was always going to be a fairly close one, but actually it was my opponent that ended up pulling away a little bit. That shot, like on the turn, on the weak foot of Kluivert, that's when you could tell someone's using a Moments, when they can really strike the ball like that. And then again, this one from Bergkamp, boom, there's so much power behind that shot. And I decided at a 3-1 down, with not that long to go, I probably wasn't going to pull that one back. Let's just avoid the stress and get into the next game. Excuse me. So we come up against a weird team. Like, it was okay and stuff. I can't believe I missed that. I'm pretty much certain that was nearly an open goal. Just a little bit of pressure from the keeper stopped me from scoring. But we do eventually score one there. Atal getting the goal. We are 1-0 up. Bernardo Silva knocks it into Neymar. Atal 1-2s it with him, and that's a beautiful strike. 13 minutes on the clock. That's unlucky for some, but not for us, as we receive a little rage quit, bringing us up to... How many wins is that? Is that our 11th win? Is it? Or is it more than that? Is it 12, 13? Oh, that's the 13th win. I'm getting behind myself now. And then we go up against this. Now, I did the stupid thing of like checking this guy's gamer tag at the start, and I saw that he'd finished in like nearly the top 100 a lot last year and like elite finishes this year and stuff. So even at 1-0, I just decided it's not worth the stress. Let's just move on. I could just, you know, when you could just tell with a player that you're going to get absolutely demolished. So that's exactly what I did. I just went. And it didn't lighten up in the next game. The guy had an insane team with Baby Eusebio. Whenever I see that, I get super nervous because he's a crazy, crazy player on this game. One of the best. But we were able to hold him off quite well. You know, there were a couple of chances for each team here. He gets through with Neymar there. Alisson pulling off some big saves. Whether or not the shots were that great or not, you know, you guys can figure that out in your heads. But we actually get through. Bobby Firmino knocks it to Zola, who scores at the front post. The all-important goal from the Italian, putting us 1-0 up in a game which was really, really tough. We probably shouldn't have been winning. So second half came around and the pressure did not let up. Mbappe nearly scores there, getting ahead of Kingsley Coman, getting ahead of Ronald Koeman at the front post to nearly slot that one in. We then brought Kent on, brought Zola off. Kent up front, Atal back to centre, attacking mid to make use of him in his defensive capabilities as well. I smacked the bar with Alexandro and was getting all sorts of shots, AI blocked and stuff, and I just felt like I needed that one more goal. And Atal with a little fake shot and then a finesse was able to just open up that defence, get it past that goalkeeper, give us the 2-0 lead in what is going to be our final match of the weekend league. Lovely jubbly. We are 2-0 up here. Obviously 82 minutes on the clock. It's going to be quite difficult to give this one away now. I probably should have made it 3. But the way I angled that shot was not so good, and ter Stegen was able to get to it. But hey, it doesn't matter in the long run. We come away with a 2-0 victory. We get our 14th win, and that was another decent-ish weekend league. Like, I actually really enjoyed that, and I think I can say that just simply because I do quit those games which I feel like maybe I wouldn't enjoy. So that is exactly why I do it, and it's exactly why I'm happy to show it in the video as well, just because I feel like that's how we should all be playing. Like, don't just stress yourself out and absolutely hate everything. Just play what you enjoy. If you come up against someone that is going to smack you, or it feels like it's going to ruin your mood, just leave. Move on to the next one. It's not that big of a deal, is it, really? Unless, of course, you are someone that is close to, like, the borderline top 100 or something, maybe. Every game counts. So I get a little stadium theme. I don't really like this one. I didn't really like the choices for any of them, but I just chose one of them. I don't know, it looks like a cross between some sort of dinosaur and Groot, but we chose it anyway. Never going to use it. And as you can see, I think we're sat at like level 20 or something on the season pass, so 10 levels to go, but obviously quite a lot of XP still to claim and get, and we'll get that over the next couple of weeks through the weekly objectives and stuff. Bobby Firmino with 4 goals, 10 assists. Or actually, some of them weren't. Some of them were for squad battle stuff for that Brazilian guy that you can unlock, so maybe don't count all of them. But what I'm going to do now is open my Excel spreadsheet for you all, so we can talk who got what throughout this weekend league. So, Bobby Firmino from CDM. Oh, we're going to sell him, by the way. Like, I'm going to list him anyway. More than what we bought him for, so we could just about break even if he was to sell. Because obviously I probably want to use like a FUT birthday player next weekend or something, despite how great he is. If he doesn't sell, maybe he survives in the club for a little bit longer. But what an absolutely fantastic player. There's no getting around that. He's brilliant. I love him. And it's kind of sorry to see him go, but just for the sake of the series, I do like to try new players. And he's like the one tradable player that I can actually offload to get new blood into the squad. So he actually got 2 goals and 7 assists from CDM. That's mental. He was way overperforming. And Bernardo Silva only got 3 goals, 7 assists. So we got 1 more goal than what Bobby did from CDM. Zola got 5 goals, 7 assists, so a decent weekend from him. He actually contributed quite a lot, probably more than Overmars would, I would say. And then, well, Atal got 18 goals, 15 assists for a total of 33 contributions, and Neymar with 24 goals, 12 assists, a total contributions of 36. So Atal takes top assister, Neymar takes top goal scorer, and also top contributor. So yeah, 53 goals total scored this weekend league, 14-5 overall. How many wins did we get without rage quits? 1, 2, 3. Only 4 out of our 14 wins were not rage quits, so 10 of them were, which is obviously quite good. It means that people might have this mentality that I'm having. If you're not enjoying it, just get out of there. Or we're playing good FIFA and really forcing the quits on people. But yeah, guys, I enjoyed the team this week. I genuinely thought it was pretty good. Let me know how you got on in your weekend league. Obviously, knowing that it was extended one day, did you play to an extra rank or anything? Curious to know if you think that that's worth it or not down below. And if you're still here and you haven't done so already, hit me with a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're shooting for 3,500 likes. Come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below. Most importantly, I hope you all have a wonderful day and that you are staying clean, fit and healthy. Relax, guys. It will all be over at some point in the future, and we'll all celebrate how good it is to go outside and enjoy time with our friends and families and stuff. I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.